heard that our Earth has some problems. Television news, newspapers, and even science classes are full of talk about scary-sounding things like climate change, superstorms, droughts, endangered species, and wildfires. I'm just one kid, you may think, so there is nothing I can do anyway. Think again! If we all do a little to help, we can make a difference. Let's think. Do you know some ways that you can make a difference? That's right. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. That is something we have heard over and over. But what do those words really mean? Well, let's start with reduce. Reduce means to use less of something. How can you help by reducing? This one is easy. Are you using the water while you brush your teeth? No. Turn off that faucet to reduce the amount of water you waste when you're not using it. Do you need the lights on in a room you're not in? No. When you leave a room, reach out and switch off the light. Also, don't forget to turn off electronic devices like computers and televisions when you are not using them. Why does this help? Well, have you heard of greenhouse gases before? These are the gases that cause the Earth's atmosphere to trap more heat. About 1/3 of greenhouse gases released in the United States come from generating electricity. So, the less electricity we use, the less pollution is created. Do you use everything you buy? Probably not. If all the other people on the earth used as much stuff as we do in the United States, there would need to be 3 to 5 times more space just to hold and sustain everybody. Wow! Let's start making smarter buying choices so that we buy and use less. Have you ever thought about what goes into making new clothes? Next time you need a pair of jeans, how about you ask your parents to take you to a resale shop instead? It takes an estimated 1,500 gallons of water to make a pair of jeans. Buy a used pair instead, and you save enough water to provide 8 people with drinking water for a year. Okay, now that we know some easy ways to reduce, how about reuse? Reuse means to use again. How can you reuse? Well, think before you throw something away. Can I use this again? Be creative about how you can reuse something. We can do this in our own classroom too. You've written on a piece of paper but made a mistake, or maybe you just don't need it anymore. What do? I think most of us just throw it away. But what about the other side? Let's start thinking about using both sides of our paper before we throw it away. Also, swapping toys or books that you don't use anymore with a friend or a neighbor is a great way to reuse. Someone else can now enjoy it, and it is much better for the earth than just tossing it in the trash. Last but not least, recycle. Recycling is the process of using materials from old items to make new items. Lots of things can be remade into either the same kind of thing or new products. Do you know why we do this? Well, making new items from recycled ones takes less energy and fewer resources than making products from brand new materials. Do you know what sort of things you can recycle? Here's some things you may be able to recycle at your house. Aluminum cans, cardboard, glass bottles and jars, magazines and newspapers, plastic bags, and plastic bottles. There are so many things we use every day that can be recycled instead of thrown away. Our junk is filling up our landfills, and a lot of it ends up in the oceans too. This trash is killing marine animals and birds. Another way some people celebrate Earth Day is by planting a tree, plant, or flower. You can do this in your own backyard with the help of an adult. Trees help the environment by producing oxygen, which improves air quality, filtering pollution from the air, and creating shade and shelter for animals. It is important to think about these things because our decisions directly impact our Earth.
Well, maybe you're the reason the Lorax left that word there.
Me? Why would he leave that for me?
Because unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not.
Would we rather live in a world like this? Or like this? I know which one I would choose. This Earth Day, choose to make a difference. And remember, every day is Earth Day.